Ladies and gentlemen, KocoSports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM. It's half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS. And of course, you got half the Coco group here holding it down live. Yours truly, sexiest man on all of Internet Wrestling Radio is right. Boom, boom, here shaking the room live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. Of course, joining me live down there in the dirty South, battling out the wicked weather, talking about none other than Sammy Synister. Good to see you again, brother.
Good seeing you again. How are you?
Doing great. You know, another NXT is in the books. We're dealing with the fallout from NXT TakeOver, the end. I guess we could call this show a new beginning. And I like what I saw. So we're going to talk about the show here, but we're going to have to rate it here. So we're going to start the show off the way we start every show off. What do you give tonight's show? Do you give it a win, a loss, or a tie? I'm going to give it a win. I'm going to give it a win. I was entertained by it. I enjoyed it. I especially love the end, and we're going to get to that in just a second. Sammy, man, what do you give it?
For the first time in a long time, I'm going to give NXT a win. I thought it was pretty good tonight.
You know, they had been NXT, as of late, when it wasn't like a takeover, I mean, dude, they were dragging ass.
Yeah,
it was rough. Shows have been lackluster. It'd be like, in this corner, Austin Aries. In that corner, Lewis Goldstein. Okay, I'm not really excited about this. It was just like almost. It was like the watching the TV show wasn't important, but after watching tonight's show, I felt like if you didn't watch this show, you missed something.
Agreed. I 100% agree.
So, Internet Infantry over here in the comment section. Our chat room's wide open right now, so please let us know what you thought. Do you give it a win, a loss, or a tie? Of course, Sammy and I both giving it big wins, so let's run this bad boy down. Of course, this was taped, the day after Fallout. This was recorded this past Thursday at Full Sail University. The first thing we have is we see the new tag team of the Authors of Pain. They come out with Precious, Paul Ellering, and they went out and they didn't even say who their opponents were. These were a couple of jamokes, if you will, jabronis, however you want to say it, and they just put the boots to them. They finished these guys off in under 2 minutes. They didn't, and I guess what I liked about this is this was like the surprise for TakeOver. Usually with TakeOvers, they have like some kind of big surprise or just something unexpected, unadvertised, I should say. And the Authors of Pain, they've come out, they're running that momentum from TakeOver. They go out and just put the boots to these guys. They just beat the crap out of them. I particularly like the end of the match where they did that one where it was a boot to the side of the head into a spinning sidewalk slam and that Russian leg sweep / lariat finishing maneuver. And they just went there and beat the crap out of them. Now, I don't know if it was you, but somebody said basically this is their version of the Gorillas of Destiny.
That's what I said. That was the thing. I think that's verbatim what I said.
That was you. Okay, that was you. Okay, good. So I'm quoting now. I'm quoting the great philosopher Sammy Synister. It was apparently WWE got a subscription to New Japan World. They're like, hey, I like these guys. I think we can make that. So boom, there you go. Just a big man tag team, but still more questions, which is good. I know back when I used to have guests, when I first started out Internet Wrestling Radio, one of the people I interviewed was the exotic Adrian Street, and he said, he told me, he says, you know what, there always has to be an element of mystery. There always has to be something, because if you answer all the questions, people just aren't going to care. And the Authors of Pain, they kind of answered one question, or who are these guys? They're big guys who go in and they can just beat the crap out of you. But what are their names? Why are they there? We still don't know. So to find out, what are we going to have to do? We're going to have to keep watching. So I think it was an impressive debut for the Authors of Pain.
Agreed. Like, it's your whole mystery thing. We don't even know what their names are. We have no idea. I'm really excited for this tag team. I think they can fill a niche that hasn't been there since the Ascension, which is big guy teams. I really liked the work they did because, yeah, it was under a 2-minute match, but they were physical from start to finish, so it kind of showed me that hopefully they can't blow up or they won't blow up. Really strong guys. I won't be surprised if they make them stop doing the Boot of Doom just because that seems to be the club's thing. But yeah, that is fucking manhandled these two guys. Just fucking ate their lunch and didn't give a damn. Got a great look. Just the way they present themselves, the camera work coming in. These guys have got, to me, if Sammy's booking, these guys got stars written all over them. They're big, they're strong, they're athletic, they have a good look, they have a good entrance, they got baller-ass music, and just like some sledgy-ass metal.
Yeah, a legendary manager.
Yeah, and a legendary manager.
So they don't have to talk. It's great.
Yeah, they don't have to talk. They've got money written all over them.
Yeah, I just hope they can develop them. Now, real quick, before we get too far into this, I do want to give shout-outs to Andy Paps and Ray Mastani. They are joining us live in the chat room. Andy Paps gives it a win. He enjoyed the show. Ray Mastani, he also gives it a win. And then Ray Mastani also asked, do you like my profile pic on ProWrestling.me? Actually, Ray, we're gonna have to take that down because we don't want to use dick pics, on the website. So you're gonna have to find a different one. And is
it really a dick pic?
No, in Ray Mastani, it probably is. Might want to trim a little bit because it looks like a Vienna sausage.
Like an acorn in a fucking basket.
Yeah. Stephen Race, he gives it a win. So thank you guys for joining us here. Keep the questions coming in. We're going to get to them a little bit later. And Gary North also joined us now. So thanks, guys, for joining us. He also gives that a win. Next, we go backstage with Andrea DeMarco. Apparently, she's one of the new girls that they have back there interviewing Andre Cien Almas. And I apologize. I know I'm fucking up his name, but I'm sorry. My Spanish is horrible.
If you couldn't tell by all of our Lucha Underground reviews.
Oh, yeah. So maybe I should learn Spanish. I tried that some years ago, and I failed epically because, okay, I took it, and I'm going to get back on track, y'all. I took it during I think it was my junior year of high school, which was a long time ago.
Yeah, what was that like? Like 92? Yeah. Like 1892?
I was about to say, insert old joke here.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. I took that for I think I knew it was at least like a semester, and I was like, dude, this is fucking hard. Because everybody's like, oh, no, Spanish is easy. Spanish is easy. Spanish bullshit. One of the hardest fucking languages ever. And then finally I went to college, and I said, okay, well, I'll take beginner Spanish, because I've already got some experience with it. Maybe it'll be different. Same fucking thing. Like the first segment, like the first, we got through the first test. I was like, I got I think I got a high C on that one, like a C plus. And I was like, okay, I'm on my way. And then after that, they're like, it was like, like that game Simon.
Yeah.
It's like, like the first was like, boop, okay, boop. Next one, boop, boop, okay, boop, boop. Then it was like, boop, 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 do, 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 boop, 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 do, 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 do. And I was like, fuck. That's what it was like for me taking fucking Spanish. I was like, did we even cover any of this shit?
What is this?
That's what it was like. So if anybody can tell me an easier way to learn Spanish, they'd be greatly appreciated.
Just wrestle in Mexico is the easiest way to learn Spanish.
Yeah, because then you have to learn and you're shit out of luck.
Yeah.
But anyway, she is interviewing LCN there, and then Ty Dillinger comes up, says, your win at Takeover was a fluke, challenged him to a rematch, and later it was accepted. Then next we go backstage. The authors of Pain are coming to the back from their match and ask, who are you? Why are you here? Then Paul Ellering, all he just says in due time, and just keeps walking away. And I think that was handled quite well.
Smart, super smart.
Yeah, it was. I mean, because we're going to have all these questions. Why wasn't this asked? Why, and it was asked, and they're like, no, we're not telling you yet. Little bitty thing NXT, and you handled it perfectly because somebody thought ahead. Somebody thought, well, the logical question is to be, who are these guys? Why are they here? Why did they attack American Alpha? What's their agenda? And they're not answering, and that's done intentionally. And so somebody in the WWE had to play the audience and ask that question, and WWE addressed it. And the whole segment was, what, 10, 15 seconds?
If even.
Yeah, they took just that little bitty time that they took out, answered a lot of questions, or I guess it answered our initial questions, because, okay, well, they're not answering it. So I guess we're going to have to watch more to see what was going on. So I love that attention to detail.
Yeah, I agree.
And speaking of legends here, next we get to some women's action. We've got Carmella versus Tessa Blanchard. And, of course, Tessa Blanchard, the daughter of Tully Blanchard, one of the original Four Horsemen. Not a bad match here. I like Tessa actually got her own entrance. She actually came out second. It was a pretty decent match. We had, quick schoolgirl. We had some elbows. We had an abdominal stretch with that, which I think looked pretty well. The super kick, which made me go, ooh. Carmella hit her Bronco Buster, then for the face buster into her finishing maneuver, which is now being dubbed the Cone of Silence. It's that triangle choke that she does. She gets the win. It was about a 3-minute match. I'm hoping to see more of Tessa Blanchard. Actually, I hope NXT signs her.
Is she not officially signed?
I don't think she's officially signed. Now, I know that they gave Ellering's daughter a look. I don't know if that, but and I know they've got a new crop of they've got some girls ready to come up. I know Athena is ready. I think actually she's going to be called I think Ember Moon. She's coming up. Then they had that Scottish wrestler Nikki Storm. I think it's the one. I think she's going to get ready to come up. So I can see that and I think maybe that chick that was on Tough Enough.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know, but maybe they're ready to come up. I know they've still got Peyton Royce and Billie Kay waiting in the wings. So, maybe they're gonna, if they start signing some new girls, I think hopefully they'll be on the list here. But no, by the way, can I just say that I really do like Carmella? When we did the Triforce Awards this past year, and for those of you who may be a little bit new with the Internet Infantry, that's what we call it. Usually this is back when there was 3 of us. We have to rename it now. It was me, Dave, and LK. We had what we call the Triforce Awards, where we gave away, we awarded people, various awards, and and the category was most improved wrestler, and I gave it to Carmella.
I don't know if I disagree with that,
because she started out in January. I mean, she was getting booed, even though she was hanging out. I mean, Enzo and Big Cass, she was coming up with them, and they were cheering them but booing her. She'd had like a crappy match with Alexa Bliss, who was a babyface at the time. This is back when she was still doing her Princess Elsa gimmick.
Yeah.
And it was just a bad, disjointed match. And by the end of the year, she was crisp in the ring, it was smoother. And I just continue to watch her, improve by leaps and bounds. Now, I'm wondering if they're setting her up for like a championship, make her to make a go at the NXT Women's Championship, or maybe she's just the new gatekeeper for the women's division right now. I don't know what the deal is, but I just want to say, man, she has just worked her ass off, and she was not content to ride on Enzo and Cass's coattails. So much respect to her, and I love her in-ring work right now. She's just doing amazing.
I concur. I'll agree with that.
So I just think, what do you think about the women's division here? I mean, just what are they going? I mean, what do you think they're going to do with it? I mean, it's looking like they're going to call up Bayley, and you've got to know that Asuka's going to go up sooner rather than later.
Asuka will go up before Bayley?
I think Bayley's ready. I think they're just I think Brooklyn's going to be her swan song, is what I honestly think now.
Then who do you have her go out match against? Asuka?
It's going to be Asuka.
Okay.
It's going to be, or what they could do, because I know they mentioned on the show that she was she had a little. I mean, granted, this was like not even a 30-second interview. She's saying that she had a doctor's appointment next week, and if she was cleared, that she could go get back in the ring. So maybe maybe that could be something else there. You know, she gets a rematch against Asuka, she loses, but then she wrestles somebody like, I don't know, like Nia Jax again or something, so that way she kind of goes out with a win. So it's that way it's a complete total downer. But there's just different, like a billion different things.
You're not going to be able to give her the swan song that Sami Zayn got, which is bitter. It sucks because she deserves it every bit as much, but there's just not that Nakamura opponent to put her up against.
Yeah, I just don't know what they're going to do. Or now Dave Coco has a good theory, and that theory is that what they'll do is they'll build her back up again. They'll have her wrestle Asuka again and lose. But it'll be close. It'll be closer. You know, they'll shake hands at the end. But you know, she doesn't get the job done, and that way, when she goes up to Raw, she's still the underdog. She's still like this big ultimate, you know, underdog character, which is because I mean, you can't have her win, because if she wins, okay, now she's the NXT Women's Champion, and she's gonna have to stay down there longer and defend it.
Yeah.
So, or you know, maybe that could be the storyline. They do that. They have Asuka jump her in line. You know, and Asuka gets called up.
Hey, I don't know.
I mean,
there's a lot of uncertainty with that one.
Yeah. And one thing that is not uncertain is this tag team match here. Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy going through a meltdown here, taking on TM61, which I found out is a Pokemon reference.
Is that what that's for? I figured it was like some road in England or something. I don't know.
No, it was actually they're from New Zealand, but that's
whatever. Same thing.
Nick Miller.
I'm not British. I'm New Zealand. Yeah, British. It's the same thing.
Send your hate mail to Sammy Synister. Oh God, we're gonna get people are gonna start throwing boomerangs and swinging didgeridoos at you.
They're British. They're gonna show
I know. Wait a minute. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. That's Australia, not New Zealand. I apologize.
And I'm saying whatever, you know. Team USA.
But the team formerly known as the Mighty Don't Kneel, TMDK.
Did you notice one of the guys is just covered in nothing but Berserk tattoos?
Yeah, that is Shane Thorne. And thank you for noticing that. It was the one on his, I think it was on his abdomen.
Yeah, it's like right on the highway to heaven part of his body, which that might be the most homosexual thing I've ever said in my entire life.
We've got it.
I'm okay with it, but it's out there, internet. You have seen it,
and you cannot unsee it now. No, what other tattoo? Berserk tattoo? Because I know that one tattoo is from the anime.
He's got guts on his arm, and he's got another one. I think all of his tattoos are Berserk.
I'm gonna have to check that out because I've actually got that series somewhere.
It's one of the only animes I've ever enjoyed.
Huh. I was, and God, I hope I'm not going to get too off topic on that. I just didn't like the way that it ended.
And no one did. Watch the movie.
And I know that they kept it going in the manga, but I'm like, dude, I cannot stand it when fucking otaku are like, oh, just get the manga, read the manga. Like, dude, out of your fucking mind.
I don't read no books backwards. It ain't natural.
No, I'm not going to read this book back. Plus, I mean, dude, that's going to get pricey.
Oh yeah, they did some movies. Mm-hmm. There's 3 or 4 movies, and those movies are, if you're familiar with Hellsing, they're like Hellsing Ultimate, where they go more in line with what happened in the anime, or excuse me, in the manga or mango salads. I don't fucking know. Mm-hmm. It's more in tune with that, and it's really, really good. It's worth giving a shot.
I'll have to pull up this. I'll have to go pull up a picture of Shane Thorne and just see what all his tattoos are. But yeah, I did notice that one was this little etched, this little symbol on his abdomen there that was from Berserk. I kept thinking, is that, or maybe that's something else? But now that you say it, I'm like, thank God I'm not the only one who noticed that. But anyway, they're playing up this meltdown between Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy after Alexa Bliss walked out on them. They did a couple of funny spots where they hit each other, where Murphy low blowed Wesley Blake, then Blake clotheslined Buddy Murphy. Miller hit a spine buster on Blake, and they hit what they called Thunder Valley, which is basically a double gorilla press slam. They got the pin, got the win, and Blake and Murphy are just completely disheveled.
It was a good match.
A lot of people, yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, and I really think that TM61 needed that win.
Yes.
They've only wrestled one other time. Of course, that was against Gargano and Ciampa. And, it was still a good match, but they really needed that win because otherwise they were going to be dead. But Blake and Murphy, man, what are they doing with them? I mean, I know obviously they're going through the meltdown thing. I mean, do they find a way to overcome this? Because right now, I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, unless they go through some gimmick overhaul with them, I really don't see Blake and Murphy as single stars right now.
I can't. I think they're a pretty damn good tag team together. They complement each other pretty well, and especially as short as the tag team division is on all three shows, or what is about to be all three shows. Excuse me, I apologize. Keep them together as a tag team. But that's just me. I just don't see these guys as singles wrestlers.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, it's going to have to be something like you have to take them off TV and repackage them individually. Because I know they did that. Remember, Jason Jordan and Ty Dillinger were a tag team at one point.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they split.
But they never had the belts.
No. The only reason Blake and Murphy had the championships when they won them, and the reason why they had them as long as they did was because the Ascension had already been called up, the Lucha Dragons got called up, and they literally had nobody else to put the championships on. They literally had nobody. They were the only other tag team, only other viable tag team, I should say. Because they hadn't formed the Revival yet. The only other tag team they could have gone with, and I know they sure as hell they weren't gonna do that, was Dawkins and
Vaudevillains. That's the Vaudevillains.
I think they might have been out at the time.
If it was out because of injury.
Might have been. It's been some time, but I know there's some kind of issue, but that was the only tag team that they had, and I think they did a good job stepping up, and they were the tag team champs for about 6 months.
Yeah,
but just after that, I don't think they won another match afterwards.
I don't think so.
After they lost to the Vaudevillains, I think it was at Brooklyn, of all places. Once they lost, I don't think they ever won again.
I don't think so either.
And I'm trying to compare them to, because that's the only recent example I can think of on NXT, because Ty Dillinger, Jason Jordan were a tag team. They split them up. Dillinger became the Perfect 10. They kind of hyped up Jason Jordan's amateur career, and they put him together with Chad Gable, and the rest is history. So maybe they can do something different, change up their look a little bit. Maybe I could actually... Wesley Blake, I can actually see. Actually, I mentioned this guy earlier, but I can actually picture Wesley Blake doing something like an exotic Adrian Street or Rico type character, where they're a little flamboyant, but you don't actually. And I say that because, and I don't mean he's gay. No, I mean that's the part of the mystery part is he's flamboyant, kind of like Dalton Castle.
Yeah, Dalton Castle's.
Yeah, Dalton Castle. Yeah, he's flamboyant, but they don't actually say anything about his sexuality. They don't say anything, which is perfect.
It's perfect. His gimmick is perfect. It's one of my favorite gimmicks in wrestling.
Is he like the new, basically challenging, that type of character? Does it challenge our perception of what masculinity should be in the 21st century? Or is it a ruse to kind of get into his opponent's head and throw their game off? Or are they actually a homosexual? It's just I could see them doing something like that with Wesley Blake. Buddy Murphy, I could see them being a little bit more straightforward with him. They would probably need to delve into his background, into his past to find out why we should care about him. But that's the only thing I could really see doing, unless they've got some kind of really just fucking awesome gimmick waiting in the wings for him,
which I just don't see.
Yeah, I don't either. But anyway, we saw the rematch here between Ty Dillinger and Andrea Cien Almas. It was not
good, but it was
good.
Nearly identical.
Yeah, it was good. I think their match at the end was better.
I don't want to say that the match at the end was better. If it was better, it wasn't because this one was worse. It's because this one was too identical.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very similar matches.
Yeah, when they do all the call-ups, I really hope Ty Dillinger gets a boost.
Ah, man, Ty Dillinger's over like a motherfucker.
Yeah, man, he's over as hell. Everybody loves to do the perfect 10. He tries to heel it up. He tries to play the heel. People love him too much. I would just fucking run with it.
I don't know.
I would run with it. And I like Almas, too. I like him. I really wish they would find these two do work together, but I can't wait till he gets called up to the main roster because I would love to see him wrestle either one of the Lucha Dragons.
That'd be cool.
You could do like a Lucha Libre style match in the WWE ring. That would be fucking awesome.
Oh, that would make me so happy.
But yeah, it was very, very similar. It started out slow. Then went some cross bodies. I like it when he caught himself on the ropes. There's that where he looks like he's about to do a plancha to the outside, but catches himself and just kind of poses right there, Mr. GQ style.
Yeah, I do like that. I like that spot a lot.
I like that wheelbarrow into a bulldog, and then almost. I think. What do you think about his finishing maneuver? Those running double knees in the corner.
Not doing it for me.
Yeah, I know. It's
not Lucha enough, and it's not WWE enough. Like
yeah,
in no promotion do I believe that is a finisher. A good spot, but it's not at all a finisher. Yeah, especially when you have a woman doing the exact same thing earlier in the match, not as her finisher. It makes it a lot harder for me to believe it is your finisher.
Yeah, now I know and plus it's too similar to Hideo Itami's, that shotgun drop kick.
Yeah.
Similar to his. I think they need to tweak it. And now they've done that before because I know when Solomon Crowe, and this is not the best example considering what happened, but when he first started, his finisher was god awful. It was like this.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was like this slingshot, like he would just fall on top of you. He would just do like this weird bounce off the ropes and fall on top.
Yeah, it was bizarre. And then he did that stupid crowbar.
He was a submission hold called the stretch muffler, and to me, I bought that as a better finisher than just I'm going to fall on you now.
Yeah, they fucking
okay. Wait a minute.
With Crow.
Yeah, if you're 500 pounds, if you're 500 pounds and you fall on me, yes, I can imagine that would hurt. But if you're like 200 pounds and you fall on me, and I'm also 200 pounds in good shape too,
that's an annoyance. It needs a new finisher.
Yeah, I really wish he would work on that. Then next we get to this. I don't want to say it was the main event, but this caused the internet to explode. Finn Balor obviously addressing, what's he going to do next? He comes out. I was worried that this was going to be a straight up heel turn. That's what I was really worried about going this. I was like, okay, they're going to turn him heel. And he's going to go out the bad guy, and they're going to set him up to go into Raw. There's like some kind of bad guy, but no. He talked about, he was the champion for 292 days. He went to war with, Neville, Tyler Breeze, Kevin Owens, and now Samoa Joe, but still not the champion. And everybody was going crazy, and it was like, well, everybody wants to know what's next. And then the lights go out. I'm like, oh shit! Here, and then boom, Nakamura's music hits.
That was awesome.
And all of a sudden, I just sit up. I sit the fuck up. I'm like, whoa, you've got my attention now.
That's the second time that happened tonight. The other time was in Lucha Underground, but we will do that review some other time.
Mm-hmm. And then, so Nakamura comes in there. And by the way, I do want to say that Nakamura's English is, dear God, he's really good. Either he has learned English, knows a little bit of English, or he is memorizing the hell out of some scripts.
He's got decent English because JR talked about it on his podcast that when he first went over to Japan to do Wrestle Kingdom 9. Mm-hmm. Are you drinking a White Russian like an old-ass man?
I'm drinking it like the dude, my friend, because the dude abides.
What's more pathetic? What's pathetic? What's worse? That you're drinking one, or just by you picking it up, I knew exactly what it was?
I think it's a little bit worse because you know exactly what the hell it was.
Yeah, I earned a teak point on that one.
Come on. It's called The Big Lebowski, kids. Watch that movie.
You don't think I've seen that movie? That's just your opinion, man. Greatest comeback in movie history. But
Yes,
I digress. When JR first went over to Japan for Wrestle Kingdom 9, he met Nakamura, and he said Nakamura speaks great English, so he knows English. And obviously, he's very accented, and that's going to hurt him sometime in the future. But I think he's such a good performer that even knowing that his English isn't the best, he had those people hanging on every single word he said. And then just like drawing it out, that he's about to call out Finn Balor, and he's just like, and you literally hear people going like, just say it. He knows exactly what he's doing.
And he just said, that you're an icon even though you lost, and it's like, but I want to be the champion, and for me to do that, I have to beat the icon. So I'm going to challenge you, and I was like. Oh God! I was about ready to start chanting with the fans.
Yeah. Take over Brooklyn. This is going to be amazing.
Match of the year.
Already, I have never seen people chant "Match of the Year" before the match ever happens. This match is going to be amazing. It's going to be fucking amazing. Yeah,
I mean, are they going to wait till? Well, I guess maybe that's another question we're going to have to answer. Is where are they going to do this? They're going to wait till Brooklyn, or are they going to do it at Full Sail? God, I hope no, they're not going to do it to Full Sail.
I assume they're going to wait till Brooklyn.
They're going to need to. Oh, by the way, Brooklyn's already sold out.
All fucking ready. That's amazing.
And here's another thing. This show was actually better than Raw.
For the first time and I didn't hate Raw this week. I thought it was all right. But for the first time in a long time, I think NXT was better than Raw. And again, remember, I assume got nuclear heat last week because I said for a month or so, Raw had been better than NXT.
And here's another little factoid. Not only did 1 hour of NXT have more matches than the first hour of Raw, actually I think it had more matches or just as many matches as the first 2 hours of Raw, and their matches were longer. No, well, I don't know about long. Oh, yeah, I think that some of them were, because they had one match in the first hour on Raw, and I think they had 2 or 3 in the second hour. So right now, match-wise, 1 hour of NXT had the same amount of matches the first 2 hours of Raw. It was a hell of a lot more entertaining, made a hell of a lot more sense. It was just like,
I didn't hate Raw this week. I thought there was some really good stuff, especially the Sami Zayn Cesaro match. Good God, guys. I'm super sorry. I apologize. But yeah, NXT was definitely better this week.
So, I give it a win. I can't wait to see this match. I feel like maybe NXT, I know it's only one show, but I feel like maybe they've got their footing back.
I hope so.
Because, it's been bad this year. NXT's been bad this year. Outside of takeovers. This is strictly outside of takeovers. NXT TV has been bad. It's been boring. It's been a waste of time. So hopefully this is a sign of good things to come. Maybe they'll turn everything around in the second half of 2016. We're already in June. We still got 6 more months to go in the year. I'm hoping they can turn it around. And here's another question. They've been floating a couple of names for the club, and I think I discussed it with you earlier, but it was Nakamura and Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Were a couple, and you said that was like the best, worst idea ever.
Yeah.
Because if they were going to go that route, I want to say Samoa Joe every time, not Nakamura. I want to see Nakamura come up to the main roster as a face.
Nakamura needs to be a singles face wrestler for as long as humanly possible.
Yes. When he gets to, if they get stale or whatever, I can understand. Oh, by the way, I should mention that they do mention that Bobby Roode debuted.
He did. Debuted at
with this. Yeah, it was in England. They wrote
the Download Festival.
And some people are like, well, why did they waste it, on these house shows in England? And you got to bear in mind that Roode is Canadian. And to work in the US, you got to have like a visa and everything. And apparently it's a little bit easier to get like a work visa in England than it is here in the United States. So they just went ahead and said, okay, if we can get like a work visa for here, we can just take care of that. And I think either that or he still had an active visa or something in the UK, but that's how I was able to debut. And I feel like it's a little something kind of lost. You know, they kind of lost. They had an opportunity. It's a lost opportunity to kind of have them to not debut on TV. But you know, I'm glad to see him debut. But anyway, what I was going to tell you, what I was going to ask you, excuse me, is let's just say WWE, they call up Samoa Joe, and so he has to drop the championship, and we know that, you know, Balor's going up. Let's assume that Nakamura's coming up too. Logically think about everybody who could be called up is called up. Who do you put the championship on, and how do you book it?
Samoa Joe's going up, and Nakamura's going up.
Yeah, and Balor's going up. We're gonna basically,
because my first reaction would be keep Nakamura in NXT, put the belt on Nakamura.
But that would be too easy. I'm trying to make it a little bit harder for you. Let's see. Let's say they call.
Fuck, could you put it on?
Here, while you're thinking about it, I'll tell you what my thoughts on it are.
Okay.
If I was going to do it, and I'm assuming this is worst case scenario because it looks like they're going to call a bunch of people up just in time for the draft lottery, I would actually put the belt on Austin Aries. And let me tell you why. You know, Austin
Aries fan. Okay.
Okay. Well, it's not necessarily that I'm an Austin Aries fan. It's just I think logically it just makes the most sense because he's a veteran. He's dependable. You know he can put on a good match. You know he can work with people because he's been doing this for fucking forever. And plus, I think you could tell a good story with that because. Okay, you can, if you hate the guy, because I'll make him a heel champion. If you don't like him, it's he's the only reason he's the champion because all the really good guys got called up. So, and here he is, he's picking on all these, these lower level guys. He's picking on Ty Dillinger. He's picking on God, who else is on the smaller guy on the roster? Help me out here. Not American Alpha. But anyway, he's picking on these smaller guys here, and he wins clean. Not because he's a veteran. He's got more experience. He's got more. He's just that's where the experience really comes through. He's like all these guys will face him and he beats them, and there's people who come closer than others, but he keeps beating them because again, these guys are coming up. They're the up and comers. I don't want to say rookies, but they're the trainees, and he's the veteran, and. And it's kind of like the chase, which person is going to rise up to basically take that championship from them. And I think you've got a good story right there. Which person is going to emerge out of everybody? Who's going to come out of that heat and be the one to take the belt from Austin Aries? And I think you've got a good story you can build up around that. And the benefits, because here's why everybody benefits from it, is you have, you've got a solid champion. And then here you go. You've got all these faces. You got all these people coming, and he's working with them, and he's, assessing them, and they're getting better. And then finally they go, okay, this guy, whoever it may be, this guy, okay, this guy's done the best. We can put the championship on him. We can feel confident about it. You build it. You go for it. You build a story around it. Boom, there you go. There's the chase. There's the big win, and then boom, you've got a new star.
I don't disagree, and I don't necessarily disagree, but I don't disagree because of one gigantic, huge reason. With the current roster, I will have a much better time believing someone on the roster beating Austin Aries than I would them beating Samoa Joe.
Yeah, it's a little bit more realistic too.
Yeah.
So we got some good ideas. Okay, you ready for comment time?
Let's do a couple comments.
All right, let's do some comments and we'll try to get to stuff. If Balor loses against Nakamura, would that mean 3 losses in a row? Your thoughts? Yes, it will mean 3 losses in a row. And Balor, honestly...
I'm going to say something I know a lot of people hate. A lot of the IWC hate. Okay. No, I won't say IWC. Unless a lot of people in general hate. I'm going to say this, okay? Wins and losses don't matter. They don't matter. It's telling a story. You can lose and get over. Sami Zayn. You can win and not get over. Roman Reigns. They don't matter.
Yeah, I think he's going to lose again, but I'm kind of gonna halfway agree with Sammy in the sense that, you know, if he loses, you know what, he's not doing any different than any other, you know, former champion. Sami Zayn jobbed on the way out. Kevin Owens jobbed on the way out. Neville jobbed on the way out.
I wouldn't say that that's jobbing on the way out. That's doing the honors.
Oh, yeah, we'll do the honors, however you want to put it. Tyler Breeze did the honors on the way out.
Yeah, and I'll agree with that. And guess what? When they get up to the main roster, guess what they don't do? They don't talk about the loss that they got when they made it up to the main roster. They go, oh, this is a former NXT champion. And if Balor goes up, they're going to go, he's the longest reigning NXT champion of all time. He beat this person. He beat this person. He beat Kevin Owens, former Intercontinental champion. He's not, guys, it's him losing really will not be that big a deal. I promise. I absolutely promise. He won't get buried on the way out, yada, yada, yada. Vince, I guarantee, sees so much money in Finn Balor that he's going to protect the holy shit out of him. The holy shit. The only thing I would have done different is if I could rewind time and tell them to do this, and we talked about that, for his last match, or for the Samoa Joe match, don't have it be the Demon, because I think the Demon should be protected a little better than that.
Yeah, I agree.
It should be a little more protected. But, again, you can lose and be on top of the world. It's possible.
Mm-hmm. Next question here is, why isn't WWE using Sasha Banks? I believe they've used her.
She's injured.
No, she was. I think she's just now been cleared. She got hurt like a freak accident. Like a referee was going down like next to her for like a pin and knee her in the head, gave her a concussion.
Yeah.
So I believe she has actually been performing on Superstars, at least performed on one Superstars show. I think they're just trying to work her back into the mix now that she's been. I think they're going to wait and get through this pay-per-view first. If I was going to pull the trigger on her, I would do it I'd do the big match in SummerSlam.
Because God knows that the women's division on the main roster is pitiful right now. What is the women's match for Money in the Bank? Do we even know?
Yeah, it's Charlotte versus is it Natalia or Becky Lynch? I forgot it right off the top of my head. I apologize.
That's how much I do. When I was watching Raw on Monday, because I got home late, I fast forwarded through the women's predictions.
Actually, if you will stall for time, I will find out for you. So stall for time, sir.
Stall for time. I'm going to go look at some comments real quick. John Cena says TM61 are from Australia. Yeah, England. It's the same thing. They all eat crumpets and drink tea and wear silly hats. It's all the same place. Don't try to lie to me. Let's see what other kind of What's next for Asuka? Good ass question. You know, I don't know where you're gonna go with Asuka here. I assume that you're gonna build to the Bayley rematch. Me and Booms have talked about this. You're gonna do the Rocky, what did we say, the Rocky 3 story? Just build up, have Bayley overcome challenge. She beats this person. She barely beats this person. She works up to the top of the mountain. She goes up against Asuka again, and she can't quite get it done.
Okay. All right. To answer your question here, actually, the women's match is going to be a tag team match. It's going to be Charlotte and Dana Brooke versus Natalya and Becky Lynch.
Wow, do I not give a shit.
Yeah, I don't give a shit either.
That is, God damn it, they deserve so much better than that. That is a popcorn match, guys. And it's not because it's ladies. It's because it's booked poorly.
Yeah. Let's see. Will AJ beat Cena at Money in the Bank? We'll have to find out when we do pay-per-view profits. I don't know. I don't know if we can do that or not. I guess we
I don't know.
Really, I think he will.
You think what?
I think he will.
Think who will do what? Excuse me.
I think Styles will beat Cena.
Styles is going to beat Cena. I almost guarantee it. I have a feeling that we're going to get a story very, very similar to the Kevin Owens John Cena match, which, if everyone forgets, threw Kevin Owens over the moon. People are like, oh, he's stuck in the mid card. Is there somebody that's selling more merch right now? Not many. Maybe John Cena. Is there somebody?
No, that doesn't matter because Dean Ambrose made that mistake.
Fuck Dean Ambrose. I hate Dean Ambrose. That cannot throw a working punch son of a bitch is going to win the Money in the Bank. And every fucking tumbler juggalette in the world is going to wet her jeans over it, and I'm not going to give a goddamn. So if you didn't pay attention to that entire rant I just went on, ladies and gentlemen, I can condense it down real quick for you. Dean Ambrose blows. Moving on. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, AJ Styles. We're gonna get a very similar story to God. I just had a lot of words really quick. We're gonna get a very similar story to Owens versus John Cena. AJ will beat him the first time, and then John Cena will probably beat him handily.
Yeah, just went out from there,
which is fun. I mean, AJ just needs one gigantic victory, and he needs to beat John Cena. He needs to beat John Cena, and I'm thinking they're smart enough that they'll beat him.
Let's see. Andy Paps, he asked, "Boom or bust? Will NXT Brooklyn be better than SummerSlam?"
Too early.
Andy, I thought you knew was better than it. Andy, I thought I knew you better than this. I really did. I really thought I knew you better than this. I mean, why are you even asking that question, Andy? I mean, come on, bro. I mean, come on. Yes, I can tell you right now. Right now with Nakamura, Balor, which is almost guaranteed to be on Brooklyn. That alone right there makes it better. Would make Brooklyn better than SummerSlam. That just one match is worth the price of admission alone.
I'll be the realistic one and say it's probably too early, but more than likely you're going to be correct.
All right. Stephen Reyes. Now, he just made a comment here, and it's back when we were talking about, God, what's her name? Shit. Hang on. Andrea DeMarco. She's the one who interviewed Ellering and the Authors of Pain, allegedly.
Okay.
And made and he basically was saying the comment, well, she's no Kathy Kelly. And I kept thinking they were both on that show, but here's the thing, I didn't know it. I thought it was the same person. I swear to God.
That wasn't fucking Kathy Kelly?
No, there was two different girls on there, and I could not tell them apart.
No idea. This poor girl.
There was Kathy Kelly and Andrea DeMarco, and I swear to God, I was not paying that close attention. I could not tell them apart.
I had no idea.
They brought these fucking 4 foot nothing girls that weigh 90 pounds, all their clothes on and soaking wet rocks in their pockets. It's they're cute, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're not talented because so far they haven't shown me anything that they're not talented, but I could not tell them apart.
I had no idea.
Ooh, now we've got a serious question here, Sammy. So you need to,
if it's from Rey Mysterio, I'm tapping out.
Oh, it is.
God damn it.
It is. Put on your sunglasses here.
God damn it.
Because the love doctor here is going to have to speak.
God damn it. All right.
Rey Mysterio, trust me, Rey Mysterio only gets one. He's like Spider-Man. Everybody gets one.
You get one, dude.
Everybody. So this is your one, Rey, because we always allow one serious dating or sex question from Rey Mysterio per show. So Rey, this is your one.
We love you, but God damn it. All right. Hit me up.
It says, Booms, do you think the girl has feelings for me even though she has a boyfriend because we exercise together? God damn it, Rey. No, that just means you exercise together. It does not mean she wants you to insert your penis into her vagina.
I'm not equipped to answer this question. But El Gigante is.
Yeah.
El Gigante says, if you're pumping iron, she wants to pump you, and you should attempt to get up in it instantly. I'm out.
Oh, Rey, sexual assault is punishable by law, so just bear that in mind before you.
I know a couple great lawyers, but for the love of God, do not do that. Do not listen to him.
Dude, I'm just telling you, she's got a boyfriend. You better watch it. You're going to wind up getting your ass kicked.
Yeah, just fucking, dude, just play it cool. Be friends. If you work out together, work out together. If she starts complaining to you about her boyfriend, just listen to her.
Yeah.
And then be like, hey, do you want to go get something to eat after working out? Do you want to blah, 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 blah. Just fucking do.
Or maybe she's got a hot friend.
You never know. Or maybe she's got an ugly friend. Who gives a shit? Exactly. Ugly fat bitches, they got a wet hole you can put it in. I promise.
Let's see. Now, this one we've already answered. Okay, let's see. Got to keep going. Oh, John Cena started a boom boom chant. Thank you very much. Who will be the world champion at SmackDown? I can't answer that right now because I don't know who's going to be on the roster.
Well, we don't even know that they're going to have two separate titles right now, which I think is smart. They need to have two separate titles.
Let's see. I'm going to scroll. I'm just again looking for should Finn be a heel? I mean, he lost with the demon gimmick.
No.
I don't know if that should straight up make him a heel, but I mean,
He's
he
way
could
too
do
over
better.
as a face. He sells. Good Lord, my Southern came out. He sells way too much merch. He's an attractive guy on top of that. And kids really, really like Finn Balor. I can tell you that. It's telling all the wrestling merch that I sell at work and all the kids that come up to me because I fucking stick out like a sore thumb and I go talk to them. They love 3 people: John Cena, Roman Reigns, and they fucking love Finn Balor. He's not going to turn. And to me, based off of this, because you got to remember, merch is a lot of the reasons for what people stay where they're at, and storyline wise, and heel babyface wise, in WWE. Finn Balor isn't going to go heel anytime soon. And if you lose, yeah, it sucks. I'll agree with you in that he shouldn't have lost as the Demon. But going back to my whole wins and losses don't matter. The first time he comes out at a big pay-per-view on the main roster as the Demon, people are going to lose their fucking minds.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to go, oh my God, it's going to be fucking chaos.
Let's see. Next, actually, this question is from Daniel Price, and I think he still lives in Virginia now, or he used to, but it says, I have lost all interest in Balor going to the main event now. Jobs to Joe at a house show for the belt. Gets his ass kicked as a Demon. Now, it's just stupid.
I 100% disagree. He did not do the job. He moved the story along. He did the honors. He did not get his ass kicked in a ring. I don't know if you saw the match, but he fucking put up a hell of a fight, and they beat the holy hell out of each other. I mean, they just were beating the shit out of each other. There's tons of great spots. They told a great story in the ring, and it just proved that the luck of the draw, this is one of the few times Samoa Joe just happened to have the answer to the Demon, which obviously a lot of people haven't. Let's not forget, Joe lost to him twice as the Demon. So the Demon does not look weak. I agree I would have protected it, but Finn Balor did not look weak coming out of that match. He looked like he went through hell, especially when they won. And this is the great scene. I don't know if even fucking cared as much as Deep. Joe gets the win, and they both just lay there like they're about to die. It was smart, and for a long, long time.
I almost want to go by NXT logic. Is remember Samoa Joe lost twice, to Finn Balor, and Finn Balor quote unquote survived, the monster Samoa Joe. Mm-hmm. Well, now Samoa Joe won at a house show, then won during the rematch, and it was Corey Graves who said, "Oh no, Samoa Joe survived Finn Balor," and I'm like, "Oh well, by that standard, shouldn't Finn Balor get like unlimited title shots like Samoa Joe did?"
Yeah, I mean, it was a good choice of words to be like, yeah, he survived the Demon, because he did, and they played that up around. But yeah, if you're going by that, he should have like 19. Well, I can't say that because Joe got the title shot and then had some amazing matches with Sami Zayn to earn the #1 contendership again. So, but house show aside, because we really can't. The house show thing throws a lot of monkey wrenches into this. A lot of monkey wrenches.
Yeah, now, Daniel Price actually brings up something good here in a follow-up. He said, basically, he's saying that if Balor doesn't go heel when he gets called up, then you've got the Balor Club, all that stuff is just going to be a waste of time and a waste of money. Because if he does not go heel, then the Balor Club shirts and gear are just a waste of fabric and money. And if you do put him with Gallows, Anderson, Styles, it'll make him look like a weak-ass bitch.
I disagree. I disagree for 2 reasons. They don't need to put him. I mean, it would be awesome to see him in the club, but people read way too much into the Balor Club T-shirts. It's a T-shirt. It's just a T-shirt. That's it. That's all it is. It's a really cool T-shirt, paying homage to the time that he spent in Japan and everything that he did there. But it's just a T-shirt. And if they put him with the club, I don't think that makes him look weak at all. What makes you look weak is bad storytelling. And the reason AJ looks weak right now isn't because he lost matches. It's that they had bad storytelling. Because, I mean, JJ carried both. Look at getting off topic there. With Balor, it wouldn't make him look weak going in there. I think, and I said this, it was either with you or it was with LK, that how I would bring up Finn Balor onto the main roster. So hear me out Price, listen to me. This is how I would do it because no one looks weak in this regard. Have somebody, and it doesn't really matter who, preferably one of your bigger stars, going into SummerSlam. Have him go, it ended up matter who it is. I need a match. I'm the best that's around here. Nobody can beat me, and you haven't booked me with anybody. I need a match. And then have Shane come out and finally go, okay, you want a match? You got a match. With who? Don't worry about it. No, really, who's it with? You'll see at SummerSlam. And then just have him keep building it up and be like, who is this? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And then you get to SummerSlam, whoever it is walks down the ring because they're chanting up a storm. They're like, no one can beat me. It doesn't matter who it is. I'm going to win. And then the lights go out. And then you hear that heartbeat. People will lose their minds. And he comes out there, whoever it is, he beats him handedly, comes out as the Demon. And to me, the biggest thing you need to do is you have to introduce Finn Balor as the Demon and then show everybody who Finn Balor is. Because to your main crowd, WWE audience, the Demon is a much more of a spectacle. It's eye-catchy. The teeth, the makeup, the entrance, it's just going to grab everyone's attention. And then you bring him out the next night on Raw and go, I'm Finn Balor. This is what I'm about. And have your guys at home go, oh, this is the former NXT champion. If I was booking it, that's how I would do it.
All right. Next question we got here is, when is Randy Orton supposed to return? I think the last update we had on him was he had sent out a tweet in late May that said sooner rather than later.
Who said that?
Orton. Yeah, he had actually the question came from Luke Ziegler. He wanted to know when Randy Orton was coming back, and the last one that I heard from him, it was like, I think he sent a tweet out on May 25th saying sooner rather than later.
He's notorious for taking forever to come back.
Yeah, I think realistically he should be back maybe anywhere from the next 2 to 4 months.
Yeah, I'd say something by SummerSlam. There you go. Going into my fucking Finn Balor thing. Have it be Randy Orton. Have Randy Orton put over Finn Balor. That's a big name. They can put on a good match. It's going to be cool. But yeah, Finn Balor, excuse me. Randy Orton will probably be back by SummerSlam.
Let's see. Daniel Price. Yes, I do think the Nakamura Zayn match alone was better than the entire WrestleMania card. Yes, I actually do believe that. Do you think and will use the club? Do you think AJ will use the club against Cena? I think maybe they're going to set that up for a full-scale face turn. He says, he wants to do it alone, but the club comes out there anyway, and he says, no, I want to do this on my own. I have to do this on my own. And he says, get the fuck out of here. And the club turns on him. So next we set up like a tag team match. We have the next pay-per-view. We have Cena and AJ Styles teaming up to take on Gallows and Anderson.
That's not going to happen for a while to me. It's a possible story, but I think AJ will absolutely cheat and use the club to win. And I also think the club is probably going to win the tag belts. So Sammy's prediction, club's coming, and we'll do a prediction video, hopefully, if we have the time. So the club's going to come out of Money in the Bank looking strong.
Let's see. Oh, and I want to say hello to the Rain Foster podcast. They said hello to us, so hello to you.
Hello!
Let's see. I'm not going to share that.
Oh, God. It's got to be Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, no, they're actually the internet inventory is giving like dating tips to Rey Mysterio. I've got a feeling
we're gonna get that guy arrested because I have a feeling he just listens to everything we say like gospel, and he's just gonna get arrested.
No, and he's gonna be like sending like a tweet, "Hey, I need bail, motherfuckers."
How'd you even get my phone number? I don't own a Twitter. How did you send me a tweet?
Let's see. The Rain Foster podcast. He writes, in my opinion, I think it's still too early to bring up Balor to the main roster. What's he going to do? To be fed to Cena? Oh, God, if that happens, the internet will fucking break of anger.
No, they're not going to feed him to Cena. They'll he's babyface coming up. They'll feed him. They won't feed him to anybody. They'll have him they'll have somebody put him over. And the only reason they put Cena against Owens was because Owens was a heel and is arguably still the best heel they have in the company right now. But they agreed, if they did put him against Cena, the internet would be really upset. That's a bad booking decision. Bad booking decision. You can do it right. You just have to be really, really careful and keep it super duper secret.
Let's see. If they do put Balor with the club, it will be a power struggle angle with him and AJ to make it go face again. Oh, I actually kind of like that idea.
That's not a terrible idea.
AJ versus Balor, kind of like you put them together as like the club. And by the way, please change that fucking name.
It's terrible. Just buy the rights to Bullet Club, please. Actually, someone made a really good point. I think it was Luke Gallows made a really good point for why they're not using the Bullet Club. So apparently, it was debated on bringing the name with them. Is they the same reason they got rid of the curb stomp? Not that it was hurting anybody, but because Vince and the powers be don't want.
Yeah, they don't want that negative attention.
And you know what? I can't say it's what I would do, but I don't disagree. I mean, I don't argue with what they do. I mean, that's cool. You're one, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I think at one point it was Kill, Sting, Kill, and then it was after Sandy Hook.
Changed it to
yeah, Sting was like, it's a little too hardcore in light of recent events, so they changed it to Fight, Sting, Fight.
Yeah, especially coming after this Orlando massacre and that terrible, terrible, awful event, using the Bullet Club name on and obviously ROH and other people are going to use it, but using that on WWE TV would not have been smart. It's completely innocent to do so, but thinking about it from their point of eyes with a PR idea, it would be a PR nightmare. So I can respect them for not wanting to use the name The Bullet Club. It's not what I would do. I know, you gotta find a better name for them.
I know Anderson has the copyrights to the Biz Cliz. I'm not saying that's better, but I'm just saying
that might be worse.
Yeah. There's I think they threw the idea of maybe calling it Bulletproof.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, Bulletproof
provides safety, so I'd be cool with that. Daniel
Price jokes that if you change a couple of letters, you can call it the Bullet Clan.
Because that would get over awesome, right? They're already wearing all white, so why not?
I still like my idea. Idea is to call them the Firearms Enthusiast.
There you go. That would go over so well.
The Rain Foster podcast. I'm sorry, I keep fucking up their name. I apologize. Do you guys think a Bray Wyatt versus Balor match at SummerSlam would work?
Yes, I do. I think that could work really, really well. But I have a feeling when they bring Bray Wyatt back, they're going to make him face.
No, I mean, dude, that involves creativity. I mean, if they had any fucking sense, they would have made Seth Rollins a face when he came back.
If they had any sense, fucking Bray Wyatt would have had the belt a year ago when he was on top of the world. And even WWE, in a podcast, I think it was Sam Roberts' podcast, Bray Wyatt has said, WWE doesn't know what to do with us. We don't know what to do with us, but WWE doesn't know what to do with us.
Well, so I think a Bray doesn't know what they want to do with them.
Yeah, the Bray Balor would be really cool. I would save that for on down the road. Here's what I would do. Here's how I would fantasy book it. Ready?
All right.
This is my timeline. You have Randy Orton be the one that doesn't have a match at SummerSlam. Not going to go through the whole thing again. Y'all just heard me talk about it. That's how you get Finn Balor on the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
Have Finn Balor do some crazy cool matches. Have him get over. And then when you have Bray Wyatt come back, have Balor be his target and be like, I know you're the demon. I heard what's lurking inside you, but I'm going to bring it out and make it make it personal. I'm going to make it all that is you. Then Balor's going to die, and the demon's going to be the one that lives. And that be how he tries to corrupt Balor, and Balor fights against it and proves that the demon's only a weapon that I use. It's not who I am. And then that leads to your big, whatever pay-per-view it is, that leads to your big Balor Bray match.
Raymond Stein wants to know how the fun's going to get him laid, and I'm like, well, dude, your mom's pretty cheap, so.
I mean, I got $20.
Mm-hmm.
Hi-oh.
Yeah, the Redneck Club, nah. The Sausage Club, the Sandwich Club.
There's got to be a better name you can do. Bulletproof would be cool. The Bulletproof, I'd be okay with. The Good Brothers is what I'd be okay with that. They either don't need a name at all, or they need to come up with something better. I've never understood why they haven't just made a faction called the Faction, because it could be whatever you need it to be.
Yeah, you could do that too. There's just a million different things you could do, but you know what? The TNA Club, no.
The Tits and Ass Club. There. Oh.
No, okay. Yeah, it's like, dude, that we got to wrap it up on that. We're going like the Turkey Club and the TNA Club. No, we're done. We're done.
Whoever said Turkey Club is my fucking best friend in the world.
So, yeah, we're gonna. It's like, yep, we're done. We're done. Podcast over. We're waving the flag. We're done with that one. So, time for some shameless self-promotion. I want to tell everybody to check us out at KocoSports.com. KocoSports.net takes you to the same place. It's your home for combat sports, where the world goes kick ass, and most importantly, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Also, check us out at ProWrestling.me. That's right, not a .com. It's ProWrestling.me. We've got a lot of news and gossip on there. Be sure to check out the blog section. I mean, the blog section's been blowing up. Matteo, TC's put some stuff on there. I've been reviewing like all these mystery box services, these monthly subscription services with wrestling gear. I've been reviewing that. I've got all the reviews I've gotten so far on the packages that I've gotten in so far. I've got reviews for them, so be sure to check it out. I've also got over on the forum section, we've got a pick'em contest. Well, not really a pick'em, but basically we're trying to predict the draft lottery on Raw to SmackDown. Just pick who you think's going to go where, and if you get for every correct pick, you get a point. So at the end of the show, the one with the most points wins. Also, be sure to check us out on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We've got a lot of shows coming out. I know we're going to have to get a Ring of Honor review out of the way soon because they're building up to a pay-per-view. I've got to sit down and I've got to watch Evolve because they've got a couple of Evolve shows that I need to watch.
Me and you've still got to do night one of Lucha World Cup. It's coming, guys. I know it's late. I don't know if it's. I don't care if it's another week. I know.
It's beyond late, but
I know. I don't care.
I just say we knock the whole tournament out in one show.
Okay. Well, I've still got to finish night 2 because I'm on day 10 of my 11-day work schedule. So I'm really tired, and then I'm getting my son this weekend. So as soon as I can sit down and watch night 2, which I might do tonight, I promise me and Booms are going to get that to you. I'm not going to back down on that. I'm really excited about it. I know it's going to be late. I don't really care if it's late, but I'm going to give that to y'all.
And then we got, we still maybe got to try to work in a pick'em contest. Dude, we're going to be busier than a Pensacola stripper, man.
I almost made someone die laughing the other day because there's somebody had a tramp stamp at work, and I told my boss, hey, look, it's a Panama City license plate.
Wow.
I know, right?
That's a good one. That is, I'm going to have to use that one.
Oh, please do.
It's like, speaking of license plates, it's like, I wish they would be a little bit more simple because I was joking with somebody. It's like, Virginia, our license plates in Virginia, they're white license plates with blue letters, and that's how you know it's a Virginia license plate because it's blue with white letters. Well, that one's a New York one because it's blue with, no, it's actually yellow with blue letters. That's a Pennsylvania one, because that's blue with, yellow with blue letters. Well, that one's from New Jersey. How do you tell? Because it doesn't have license plates.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to do it for us. So be sure to check us out, KocoSports.com, ProWrestling.me. We've got a lot of shows. You can check out our archives there, a lot of news and gossip. So have some fun. Be excellent to each other. Take care of yourselves. And this is Boom Boom for the rest of the Coco crew saying the boom just went bang, and I am out.